In this segment you will learn the important difference between relative and absolute cell references. Relative references refer to cells by their position in relation to the cell containing the formula. In other words, if I go into I1 and click plus H1 plus G1 and hit enter, I've added up the two cells. 100, 200 equals 300. That makes sense. The two cells are, in this case, immediately adjacent and to the left of my active cell that contains the formula. If I grab my fill handle, do an autofill down below, you'll see that the H1 and G1 became H2 and G2. They maintain their relative reference to the active cell that I'm working on. This has to be watched because if I continue down, my next one says H3 and G3. This may be or may not be what you want. The same holds true if I go out to the right. I am now adding H1 and I1. Let me delete these out of here. But what if that isn't what I want? What if I'm working on an input area to a spreadsheet and I want to make sure that when I reference those input areas, it's done on an absolute basis so that no matter where I go in my spreadsheet, I always reference that same cell. So what I can do is I can change this into absolute or a fixed location by entering $ before either just one of the cell references or both of the cell references. Or I can do it the easy way and double left click on the H1 and hit the F4 button and it automatically does it. So there's no change there, but if I copy that cell somewhere else, you'll notice that it absolutely refers to the original cell in the original formula, which is H1 and G1. I can copy that or reference it anywhere I want, and it's always going to be the same. This concludes the segment on relative and absolute cell references.